Hi there, and welcome to today's Explainer. I want you to go ahead, take a deep breath, and really just think of this as a private clinical consultation. If you've been feeling lately like you're aging twice as fast as you should be, or maybe you're constantly battling this heavy chronic fatigue, I want to reassure you right out of the gate. Your exhaustion is a biological issue. It is absolutely not a lack of motivation. So today, we're going to diagnose the actual root cause of that exhaustion. It's a question millions of us ask ourselves every single day, isn't it? Why are you always tired at 2 p.m.? You hit that afternoon wall, the brain fog rolls in out of nowhere, and your motivation literally drops to zero. Does that sound familiar? Well, what if everything you've been taught about energy is just completely wrong? Today, we're looking at a cellular energy secret. It's a true biohacking breakthrough that reveals the stark reality of biological aging versus what it means to actually thrive.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our treatment plan for today's explainer. We're going to quickly cover 1. The cellular energy crisis. 2. Caffeine versus cellular energy. 3. Mitochondria, your power plants. 4. The DNA software update. And finally, 5. A 30-day clinical case.
All right, starting right off with Section 1, the cellular energy crisis.
So, to begin our diagnostic check, we need to understand the environment your body is currently operating in. Most of us are living in what can really only be described as a cellular energy crisis. You might find yourself needing, 3 or 4 cups of coffee just to physically survive the workday. And it feels like a massive character flaw, right? Like you just don't have the willpower to push through. But I really want to validate your symptoms right now. The problem isn't your motivation. That heavy brain fog, that feeling of literally dragging yourself through the afternoon, that is a very real biological state of stress. Your cellular power is physically depleted.
Moving on to Section 2, caffeine versus cellular energy.
How do we usually treat this exhaustion? Well, instinctively, we reach for stimulants. But look at this comparison for a second. On one side, we have caffeine. It's a temporary Band-Aid. It simply masks your exhaustion, allowing you to merely survive the day, but you're actually pushing a depleted system even harder. On the flip side, we have cellular energy optimization. This is a completely different paradigm. This fixes the actual root cause of the fatigue. It's sustainable. It really is the stark difference between surviving your day on life support and naturally, genuinely thriving.
Which brings us to Section 3, mitochondria, your power plants. To achieve that optimization we just talked about, we have to look at the microscopic core of our diagnosis. Enter the mitochondria. These are the microscopic power plants inside your cells, and their main job is to produce ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. Get this, your body actually produces roughly its own weight in ATP every single day. It's incredible. Think of ATP as the fundamental energy currency of your entire body. So it makes sense, right? If these little power plants are sluggish, your ATP production drops, and as a direct result, you feel sluggish. You experience zero motivation because your entire physical and mental system is powering down just to conserve whatever little energy is left.
So the big question is, how do we get those power plants back online? Well, it comes down to specific biological fuels, and a really major one is CoQ10. This is the essential compound that sparks your cellular power plants into action. It's kind of like a spark plug for a car engine. It's a critical piece of the puzzle that actively drives the production of ATP, bringing vital, real energy back to your sluggish system.
Let's look at Section 4, the DNA software update. Now, what's really interesting here is how we can biologically upgrade your entire system. We're not just talking about some basic off-the-shelf multivitamin here. We are talking about an advanced mitochondrial formula. This is the ultimate metabolic support, stuff the longevity and anti-aging community is absolutely obsessed with right now. It uses a highly specific ratio of CoQ10 combined with PQQ and alpha-lipoic acid. And the clinical data shows that together, these compounds don't just give you a temporary jolt. They literally recharge your cellular batteries at a DNA level. It acts exactly like a software update for your cells, optimizing how your biology actually generates and uses energy.
And finally, Section 5, a 30-day clinical case.
This brilliantly illustrates what happens when you apply this exact cellular science in the real world. Let's walk through this chronological 30-day timeline of someone utilizing this exact mitochondrial support stack. By day 7, the heavy brain fog had completely lifted. For the first time in years, they didn't need a post-lunch nap just to survive the 2 p.m. slump. By day 15, the benefits became intensely physical. Because mitochondrial health dictates muscle recovery, their workouts entirely changed. The patient reported feeling 10 years younger. And by day 30, the results were truly life-changing. Laser-sharp focus and even visibly improved skin health. So the absolutely crucial point here is this. Treating your fatigue isn't just about figuring out how to stay awake at your desk. When you fix your cellular energy, you are tapping into true longevity. By actually repairing and fueling your mitochondria, you aren't just clearing out the brain fog, you are genuinely biohacking your system. This is how you reverse aging from the inside out.
You don't have to wait until you are completely burnt out to make a change. This science of cellular optimization is here today, and it's highly accessible. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought for your own personal diagnostic check. Take a hard look at your daily habits, your diet, your stress levels. Ask yourself, what is your biggest energy killer? Think about it and decide today to stop merely surviving and start thriving. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.